Reno leaders set out to revive downtown in the late 90s as a place to live, work, and play. Their dreams are now a reality for residents who are embracing the changes and a new urban atmosphere. Palladio owner Sandy Bobby and her husband moved into a condominium on the 17th floor. They like the location. It is close to everything they need and not too far from their family in other states.
We can go do most of our business in any day just by walking. We walk every day to the fitness center. We can go to the bank, to the post office, to the library, and I use our library all the time. I really like it. So on a just day-to-day living thing, it's very easy. We have small markets close enough so that if you're out of milk, you can walk over and get that. Bread. And recreation is wonderful. We have the river path for bicycling. We do that all the time. And then in the summertime, the river for tubing. Of course, movies and plays, they're all downtown.
The Palladio is a 92-unit mixed-use development. Reno's Renaissance spurred the completion of 6 condominium projects and more than 900 units, including casino conversion projects like the 380-unit Montage. The economy soured before many of the condominiums sold. Now there's inventory here when the economy turns around.
The Palladio only has 13 unsold units as of right now. The Arlington Towers is filled up. The Montage will fill up over time.
Downtown Makeover creator Mike Van Houten tracks downtown development and other projects in and around the city's core. Mike gets more than 20,000 people visiting and blogging on his site each month.
I get a lot of people from California visiting my website, and I think that those people are actually more interested in the residential aspect of downtown Reno. But I have a lot of locals who follow my website almost religiously, I guess you could say. And you know, they span from realtors to even City of Reno staff to people who live downtown and tourists.
Jill Berryman is the executive director of Sierra Arts, which is housed on the first floor of the Riverside Artist Lofts. The rehabilitation of the historic Riverside Hotel was a partnership with Reno's redevelopment agency, Sierra Arts and Artspace. There are 35 units for artists who lease live-work spaces.
Nationally, you see this happen is that when you bring artists down and you create spaces where artists want to create and they live, people tend to migrate towards that. So we really at Sierra Arts feel like the Riverside was a real catalyst for what happened downtown. If you look at downtown now compared to when we started developing the Riverside 12 years ago, it's a completely different downtown. It's a 180-degree turnaround.
Reno Envy owner Scott Dunseith operates his business from 2 downtown locations, a printing and silk screening shop on 3rd Street and a store in the West Street Market.
The brand's been around for about 3.5 years, and we've been looking for a place for quite some time, and there was nothing that was absolutely perfect. And when the opportunity came to potentially come into this location, you know, we looked at the other vendors, the fact that the City of Reno was behind it, and just kind of the synergy of where it is, and the fact that it's a mall, and you know, we can sort of benefit from the customers that go into the individual different shops here. There was absolutely no better place for us to be.
The West Street Market is one of the latest redevelopment projects. It provides a venue for more than a dozen businesses. It is becoming a community gathering spot for all types of activities, including a Sunday farmers market and the kickoff for big events.
The things that we like to do the most and really, get us to get our creative juices flowing and get excited about our projects are the pieces that we do around the city of Reno. And those are cool because we get to co-brand, put the Reno Envy trailer on, with the River Festival, with the balloon races, with ArtTown. So those are our most exciting projects for sure.
In the 90s, the redevelopment agency began attracting development by focusing on the Truckee River corridor. Successful projects along the river include the Century Riverside Theater Building, River's Edge Retail, Sienna Hotel Spa and Casino, Palladio, Reno City Hall, City Plaza, and Millsby Lane Justice Center.
I've lived here since I was 5, and I used to come down as a kid, go to Woolworths, go to the movies, spend the day. When my kids were born 19 years ago, never would have ever even considered letting that happen, letting them run around downtown. Now it's safe, it's beautiful, it's friendly, it's vibrant. I think it's just spectacular.
Away from the river, the city completed the biggest public works project in its history, the $268 million retrac project to lower the tracks downtown. The project has had a huge positive impact on the environment and safety of downtown. It added property for 2 more redevelopment projects, the Community Assistance Center and a plaza over the tracks. The city also constructed the Reno Event Center and ballroom. All of these projects created jobs for the local construction industry, including Q&D, Granite, Clark & Sullivan, TNT, West Coast Contractors, and others. Downtown Reno is now known internationally for 2 major attractions, ArtTown and the Truckee River Whitewater Park at Wingfield. One of the park's designers and avid kayakers, Jim Litchfield, and some of his friends envisioned a whitewater park downtown at the same time that state tourism was considering an attraction for Reno. Everything fell into place.
We felt all along that we were going to be able to create something. Given all the things that we had, we would have the ability to create something really beautiful. I believe we achieved that, but the amount of people that use it is just, it's shocking.
Now Jim is part of a nonprofit that promotes river safety. He is also a partner in the Reno River Fest that brings thousands of folks downtown for the 3-day event.
Being able to reactivate a place in their downtown core that has been largely ignored is truly unique, and Reno and the Truckee Meadows has become emblematic of what you can do to create an experience that's fun. You can live next to it, and you can play right in the middle of downtown.
In 1996, a group of volunteers who sat on the city's art commission began ArtTown to bring residents downtown and expose them to the art and culture this community has to offer. Now the event attracts more than 300,000 attendees to the month-long festival in July.
So we want you to come down during July, we want you to enjoy ArtTown, have a great time, but we want you to come back in August and September and October and November and December, etc. We want to see you down here all the time.
There is a growing number of hip bars and nightclubs downtown. More than a dozen establishments have opened between California Avenue and 5th Street. Amendment 21 sports bar owner Mike Mallory says he opened his business here because he wanted to be a part of the redevelopment effort.
We feel that with the natural beauty of downtown, with the river, with where it's centrally located in the population, we feel that this is a really, it's a real promising area.
Mike supports a number of sporting events, including the new Reno Aces.
I'm very excited about the product. I'm a season ticket holder. I think they have a great product.
The latest attraction to Reno is the AAA baseball team, the Reno Aces, and their new stadium. The $50 million project opened in spring of 2009 to a sellout crowd. The stadium holds up to 10,000 fans.
That's one of the things that he's really thrilled about is the Aces Stadium down there. And we've already been to a game and had our hot dogs and enjoyed it a lot.
Construction of the stadium kept more than 200 DevCon construction workers and subcontractors employed during the downturn in the economy. The ballpark has created more than 250 jobs during baseball season. There are some major changes to downtown Reno thanks to the efforts of Reno's leaders, the redevelopment agency, developers, and the residents of Reno who are living it.